New moon in Leo, 20 degrees, 12th of August 2026, 17:37 Greenwich Mean Time. Are the tides turning? This new moon begins a new month-long cycle within the fifth archetype of the 12 archetype cycle, with the first half of any cycle being about separating or individuating from the source point, and the second half of the 12 archetype cycle being about returning to the source point. In the fifth archetype, we are at the peak part of the cycle of being ourselves as individuating from source, or the source point of the cycle. Whatever was birthed at the seed point of this cycle is reaching its fullness. For example, in the western part of the world, it's the time of maximum fruiting and flowering of what was sown as seed in March and April, the time of the Aries archetype, when the sun was in Aries, the first archetype of the 12 archetype cycle. It is the month of the year in which the universe says to us, go forth and be yourself, create yourself, do whatever you like in your creative fullness. Play, experiment, be joyful, and see what you make and are as a result. It is art class time in the school of life, or break time, roam free and make up some games to amuse yourselves time. See what takes place when there's no teacher telling you what to do, just yourself in charge. What happens then? You might ask, well, why isn't the sixth or seventh archetype not the peak of individuation from source? The sixth archetype, or Virgo, is a time of refining the exuberant creativity of the fifth archetype. It's a transitionary archetype, the stage in which we have achieved creating ourselves in a gratuitous, fruitful abundance of colour and beauty. And now we recognise that we need to do things a little better if it's to be made useful to something other than just our subjective selves. What was the sense of having an abundance of raspberries or courgettes or potatoes if we let them go green or rot on the bush? We must work out how to preserve them, harvest them at better times, have all the required discernment and attention to detail that makes the abundant fifth archetype of creativity, colour, flower and fruit useful to something other than just itself. What's the point of being the star in a show nobody wants to watch because we're so arrogant and solely self-serving? So wrapped up in ourselves and our own brilliance, everyone else finds us repulsive, boring, a narcissist. Nevertheless, we are not in the month of realizing that we need to make our creative, unique selves useful and meaningful to others just yet. That begins in 10 days' time, when the sun moves into Virgo. For the next days leading up to the August 23rd, we are still all about the fun and creativity and enjoying ourselves in all our uniqueness. What you want, you might just get. Try that experience for a time. As we all know, that doesn't happen all that often. But school is out, we're on a break, it's time to play, be free, enjoy ourselves, and see what unfolds as we kick off our shoes, skip down to the beach, and make a sand sculpture, followed by an ice cream, a glass of wine, whatever makes our hearts sing. And I don't want to say a word of caution about excessive self-indulgence here. Why rain on the parade? We'll work that out soon enough for ourselves as we switch into Sun in Virgo from August the 23rd, 24th. We'll wake up soon enough with a whole bottle of wine, drunk repercussions, a stomach ache from the whole big bar of chocolate, no friends because we were so full of arrogance and obnoxiousness, and all the realization that we're back to work and school slog for another year. But now, this next 10 days or so, we need to enjoy ourselves, fill ourselves up with our own potential, use this freedom to bring in as much joy, inspiration, and beauty as we can, that we can refine and make useful next month and in the coming year. And there is more good news for a change. When I looked at this new moon chart, I genuinely was a little taken aback at the amount of harmonious aspects we have going on. My first glance thought, wow, birth something now. Baby's born now at this time? Nice. Sure, we have Pluto and Aquarius opposing the Sun and Jupiter. We do have a big mission. Our walk in the park and playtime is all about deep metamorphic rebellion and change to the old order. But it's through bringing as much joy, inspiration, good times, colour, creativity, and playfulness as possible to the table. Let's show the tech and controlling elites that we are not slaves to a system. We are unique sparks of divine consciousness, here to realise our fullest potentials. And on a more serious note, the Sun conjunct Jupiter in the sign of the Sun, as you all see, these fires, isn't just rosy love and light. Too much fire and we burn ourselves out. All air and fire and no fuel, as we have at the moment, we might extinct ourselves fast. Chiron in Taurus is there in the shadows too, trying to tell us that we might not be able to afford that ice cream or beach ball. Or, if you are doing the work, as this is a place of free will and control of our own destiny, or at least a place of co-creation, we are deciding to sell the ice creams and beach balls in order to ensure our own supply and those of our co-inhabitants of Earth. We are learning to use and share our resources in order to create a more healed self and environment in which we all live. And maybe we discover we don't need an ice cream or a beach ball. We just need the time and space to take off our shoes, let our hair down and walk freely in the sand, in the grass and in the sunshine. We can make a sandcastle or enjoy a fast even. Maybe less is in fact more. And this new moon in Leo is an eclipse on the South Node. We're letting go of old versions of ourselves that we created in the past. A new 6-month chapter begins now, in which our shadow Leonine creative selves are removed. Our past life Leo selves reach a new maturity. What works will come to a form of fruition and be put to some use. What doesn't work will fall away or receive its karmic rewards. We receive our karmic rewards for better and worse in this area of our lives over the next 6 months. This will be a major theme, and the chapter is opening up now at this new moon. There is a great deal of positivity and harmony at this time, with all the trines and sextiles between personal and transpersonal planets. So, I wish you all enjoyment, contentment, and bliss. And provided you have the resources and fuel, it is a time of fruitfulness and abundance. Or should I say, it is a time of fruitfulness and abundance in accordance with our own karma and past decisions. And we all have access to inner creativity and abundance. It is about using what we have in the most fruitful and creative and resourceful way. Do those swimming in resources actually use them best? No, not really. They need so much to not even be happy. While someone like Ramana Maharshi didn't need anything to be happy. So if you find yourself with very little at this time, take a deep breath, enjoy your ability to breathe, enjoy that sip of water, this moment of powerful existence and aliveness. Maybe even the pain is an abundant gift for appreciation and awareness, if we so choose to see it. That freedom is ours. What a power we have in this. We are not victims, we are powerful creator beings, able to make new love and light in each moment. Remember, even if we are unable to move due to some illness or misfortune, we are still able to bring some goodness to our temporary predicament. Hard as it may be, may we strive for the goodness and positivity and be able to experience and empower ourselves as magical alchemizers of darkness to light. May all beings be happy and peaceful.